everyone, I'm Jacqui with ILUIK Games, and as you may know, in fashion, one day you're in and the next day you're out. So today I'm going to be unboxing a game that asks the question, are you in or out? Pret-à-Porter is a new game fresh off of Kickstarter from the same designer who made the detective games that John loves. As a longtime fan of Project Runway, the theme of this one is way more up my alley. This is an economic game, and in it you're creating fashion lines which you're then presenting in competitive fashion shows. You're basically creating your entire fashion brand and then competing to see who's still in at the end of the day. So the plastic is still on, so there's a little bit of a glare, but I wanted to just jump in and show you what the artwork on the outside of this box looks like. They did a really good job of staying true to the fashion design theme, so this actually does look like fashion sketches. And all the way around on the outside of the box, you have some more fashion illustrations. Let's see, I know there's another one on the other side here. And then one more on the side that shows when you stand it up sideways on your shelf like we do. Bring it around to the back so you can get a good idea of what the game box looks like here. And then I'm ready to just jump right into this. Here we go. Let's get that lid off and see what's going on inside this box. Alright, so we did back this game on Kickstarter, so this is going to be the thank you for backing on Kickstarter, as well as a rundown, most likely, of the things that we unlocked during the campaign. I'll take a closer look at that later, but if you also backed on Kickstarter, you'll be getting this sheet as well. Here we go with the instruction manual here. So again, we're continuing with that awesome artwork off the front of the box. I love the style and the colors in this. It really lends itself to the theme being that, so you got those artwork off the sides of the box again, but it really lends itself to that fashion design theme. It's really cool, it's colorful, it reminds me of going into a fabric store and checking out all the patterns and the fabrics. The theme is really what drew me into this game. I'm not sure if we have anything in our collection that would qualify as an economic game, unless you count Monopoly, but this should be kind of interesting to learn. I'm hoping it's not too heavy for my tastes, but John's into heavier games than I am, so that might actually drag him into a game with a fashion design theme. I was really pleased when he said he'd play this with me. So we've got some punch cards of some credit cards. There's a fun start here. Unique tokens to this game. More punch boards. Whoops. Punching them easily out all on our own. They are double-sided. Looks like some player boards in those punch boards. Again, with the super cool style. And actually, those are double-sided with different characters on the back. We've got some coffee tokens, essentials in any game, I think. And some more of those credit card currency tokens. Woohoo! We've got an organization insert. Love this. Love when the games are easy to go back together. So before I pop that out of there, I'll go ahead and just open up some of these bags so we can see the tokens. So those look like little bobbins of thread, and what's really super cool, not only are they screen printed on the front, so you get the impression that they are a little bobbin of thread. Hopefully you can see that purple on black. I'll open a lighter color so you can see. But, and here's the trick, is if you can actually see this detail, the edges are indented, so it has a thread texture on the edges of that token as well. Super cool detail. Let's open up a lighter one so you can see that screen printing better. Grab a yellow because it has that same printing on it. There we go. All right, so we do have those in blue, green, red, and a neutral over here. So we have all those colors in this tray. We can see that the organizational tray is also going to let us know which pieces from the punch board go into which segment. Yay, awesome for putting that away later. And it looks like we've already gotten to a board here. So already you can see the theme is really fluid through this entire game. We do have a measuring tape, the same color as the one that's here on the board, but it's going all the way around the edge as our score tracker. This might be larger than my screen, but let's see how much we can get in the field of view. Okay, so I'm just going to run this through the screen a couple of times here so you can get an idea of what that full game board looks like. And down the other side. This is gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but there's so much detail in the graphic design on this. I really love what they did with the style. So you have some stickers. Those may go on a token I haven't located yet. And some more wooden tokens. Oh, yep, in fact I see one that's shaped like those stickers I just pulled out, so I'm guessing that's where those go. Alright, so these are the coolest colors. Oh my gosh, in case you haven't noticed, I'm very drawn into art and color in a game, so I'm totally loving the way that this is working out so far. But the colors in this are super unique. They're neons, they're really cool. We've got some screen printing going on these. They may be models, just judging from the way they look on there. And a little time token. And another bag full of those cool screen printed round neon tokens. I'll give you an up close look at one of each of these. All right, move up slowly so we can focus on that. How fun is that? All right, so up next we do have some cards. So let's get into these and flip through them so you can see what they are. So first of all, I'll show you the backs of these cards. These do have a runway on the back, a very stylized runway, but if you look closely, again, with the details and the graphic design, you can see the audience members sitting along the edges here. And then you can see a couple of models, or actually there's even one back there walking into the shadows, but those models walking around the runway. If we flip them over, we can go ahead and see the fashion going on these cards. This is super cool as you can see them kind of in progress, maybe different articles of clothing from the same fashion line. Oops, making a mess. Flip through some of these. Check out the next deck of cards here. All right, so on the back of this deck, we did actually have a little surprise from Portal Games in case anybody is a Portal Games fan and wants to know what's coming next. There's their next Kickstarter. So we do have some player aids, more of those runway cards. So let's take a look at those. What on earth? Campaign appreciation gift, thanks to all the backers. Apparently we unlocked that one during the campaign. That's different. That'll be hysterical to run into those during the game. We also have some different types of cards in this particular stack. I'm not sure if everything in this pack came from the Kickstarter, but that's a possibility. and some currency cards. I really love this style. All right, we just got a couple more decks of cards to flip through here. All right, so we have a couple more player reference cards. And then these are going to be relatively text-heavy cards. So I'm just going to flip through them, flip over a few so you can get an idea of what's in here. And the final deck of cards here. And you may have noticed that I am pulling these out of yet another insert down here in the bottom that's nice and organized for all the different cards that will go in here, and then the tokens in the top tray that I already pulled out. Super cool. Love when a game goes together after the game easily so that it's easy to pull out and try again later. And this final deck is more of those runway cards. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip through all of these because these are super cool to look at. Look at these collections. If anybody else watches Project Runway like I do, or watches the fashion shows every year, then you totally see the collections and the pieces that are in each of these cards and totally get the theme. I hope that the game plays as well as the theme clearly shines in this game. That's another different one. Viking chic. So that was just a quick look inside the box of the Kickstarter edition of Pret-à-Porter. We have been dying to get this on the table, but obviously we had to unbox it first. So now that we've got it open, we're ready to dive into the rulebook, punch out those punch boards, and see what this game is all about. If you enjoyed this unboxing video and you want to see more, go ahead and check us out here on YouTube. Our channel is ILUIK Games. Give us a subscribe so you find out when we post new things, or dig back in those archives and see what we've already opened and played live. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen!